Hello, today I'm gonna present you our software developed here at the ENS de Lyon, which is called MDMA. So it's basically a tool for controlling your sequencer and all your MIDI devices. So first I'm gonna do a quick preview. Oh, sorry. This is because I was by default using the standard camera of my computer, my laptop, but for this presentation I'm going to use a high definition camera, Logitech C920. Of course, a basic laptop camera would be enough, but for this presentation I'm going to do the best for you. I'm going first to do a quick presentation of what you can do with this software, and after that I'm going to go through the process of configuring it and creating your environment. So the calibration process may be quite long, but it's needed to use the end tracking capabilities of this software. You will need black gloves, like this one or any black gloves you are comfortable with. So first there is a configure mask situation. You have to click this button and you have 5 seconds to go to the place where you're going to be standing when using the software. The display is freeze, and at this time you just have to click around all the black zones that may interfere with the software. So the idea is that your hands must be the blackest element, the darkest element in all outside this mask. So I'm gonna make this mask go around my body so that my black t-shirt doesn't interfere with the hands. So after that you have the close and calibration. So for that you will have to put on your gloves and click the close and calibration button. You will have 5 seconds to go back to the place where you were and put your closed hands inside the squares. You have to make sure that your t-shirt doesn't go outside. If you have a black t-shirt, doesn't go outside the mask. Otherwise, you may have a calibration failure. Then same process, but with your hands open. And here's calibration was successful. There may be mistake if contrast isn't enough, or if there are 2 black elements outside the zone. So in that case, you will have to start again. Maybe change the light so that we can. There is enough contrast, and after that, so you have to put yourself where you were, and you can control the faders like that. This is a open-closed event, so you can see that when I open my hand or close my hand, signal is sent. Oh, I'm gonna see you this terminal here. I will run a listener that will get the MIDI signals. You can see that here I'm sending all sorts of MIDI signals when my fader is moving. As the open or close end detection is done through area calculation, you have to make sure that your hand is in the good position. Otherwise, even closed, your hand will be considered as open. Or same, you can have an open hand considered as closed because you are too far. So you have to make sure you are on the good spot. It takes a little bit of time to for getting used to it. Okay, so here. So you have to find it. When you have your mark set, you can put a note on the ground or something like that, and it's going to work easily. Those segments are for changing tabs, so you can have multiple tabs with different configurations. So you can go to from a fader process to something else with another element. So we are still working on the efficiency of those segments. All of this is still a beta version, so there is going to be improvement, but it's still working we consider good enough for some usage. So of course we are going to make the development, to continue the development so that this software is more and more precise, but we consider that it already operational for beta testing. So I'm going to do a new configuration and make you see all the process of creating your configuration. So creating a configuration is as simple as clicking on the image, so to draw a square from corner to corner, and you can choose between different elements. There is fader, pad, segment. So we just had a pad, so like this one, you can choose event. So we had an event on when entering the pad, which was not on, because it was not off. So you can choose whatever you want. You can choose control change, polyphonic aftertouch, anything, even changing tabs, as you saw with the segments. And after that, you can set up the MIDI signal by channel, data 1, data 2. So on a note on, I will choose the channel 3. So data 1 is the note I want to play. So for that, you have a little helper here. If you want the A4, so it's 57. So you just have to put on 57 to play that note, and this is the velocity, so I'm going to set up full velocity and consider that as A4 140 Hz. And there it is. So then you can modify it. Here you have the list of all the zones, so you can modify it easily, change things, even if you can modify the places by editing the coordinates of the different points, pixel by pixel, to have a full precision, so that when you put on segments, you can put it those one above the other, in order when you pass through not to make several segments on different tabs be active at the same time, which could be an issue. So we also had a fader here. So fader is the same idea, only you don't have the changing tab elements. You only have MIDI signals. We can set up a control change on this axis to change, for example, the volume, and you can set up all the values you want, and 64, and you can choose which one is going to change when you run the fader, which one is going to increase or decrease. And well, you see this is displayed as such with a line where the current value is set. So if we had this one to change, it would be much more lower, because we would be at a value of 16 and not 64. Same, you can have the segments. Segments can run any signal when you're going in or out of the segment. So there are two ways, and so we can go to tab 1 on the in, and you have like a triangle here, so that you can see that the in is when you go in the triangle way, and out is on the other way. And you have different tabs. So as I showed, you can have full configuration. We consider 3 tabs to be enough, but if you guys need, we can set up more tabs for your configuration to be more efficient. First, you can delete different zones. If you don't want this segment, you can delete it. And so once that is done, we already saw the calibration process. Once it's calibrated, you will see recalibrate and not calibrate to remind you that you already calibrated. There is a configure, so you can choose the MIDI port which you want to go through. The camera helps you change the device. So as you saw before, 0 is my traditional webcam, the webcam of my computer, and 1 is my high definition webcam. So if you have multiple webcams, you can run this process on different webcams. If you have a server and many webcams, you can run as many times for this software as you want on different webcams, and map all the signals to a single MIDI port. That may be easier for you to treat the MIDI signal after that, and you can enable or disable the hand tracking and the mouse tracking, so you can have the mouse act as a third hand if you have the mouse available, or if a second person wants to use the mouse. If you feel like needing it, you can flip the image across so that if you are looking at the image or the image is projected above you, so that the image shows the same symmetry as people see or as you see yourself. Of course, you can save and load different configuration files. So we could save this one as a new config.mdma, or we could open a new one. Oh, this sometimes don't work yet. So this was a much bigger config, the one I was using before. Okay, so that's it. Tell us what you think about the software, what you would like us to change about it. If you have any bugs, please report it. You can ask us anything you want at MDMA at ENS-Lyon.fr. The address will be put in the description below. Like it, subscribe, whatever you want. Just please make us know what you think of this software and how you use it and what you would like to change. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.